U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play from scrimmage, Newton going to throw it. And Thomas has it. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much right after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Newton. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Washington. Fifty-seven yards.
57-yard gain. 1st down, Washington.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the play arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to pull the play and knock the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rosen. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
To KJ.
2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Rosen. His throw incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Newton's throw into the hands of McLaurin. Needing only 2 yards to gain the first down. They'll run with Gibson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Cam's throw taken in by Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
20.
Now Newton. It returns it right back to Samuel. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy. Oh, nice pickup.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Newton now throw. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. Touchdown Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Commanders 10. Vikings.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 10-0 to score after one on EA's.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks can.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
Commanders 17. Vikings nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And 10 yards to go.
On third down, Rosen. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. This ball complete to Rager.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play quarterback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Justin Jefferson. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 37-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. A quick throw, but incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have the game followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4. It continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on a minute. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, alert, alert! Hard.
Rosen will throw. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. First and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, 25 yards for a touchdown. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Now a first down throw for Newton. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. That's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
First down, Commanders.
Now Newton on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Curtis Samuel.
2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To the air again, Newton. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
A shotgun snap for Newton. The Vikings after him, and they get there for a sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Rosen. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Rosen.
Hockenson crossing the middle and bringing it in. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Rosen. Going deep for Walker.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll kick it away for the second time.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the passing game right now for them not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on them. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. Throw caught there by Osborne. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that's a big pickup on the 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And here's Ryan Wright now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control of that.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Now it's Newton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Lewis C. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On second and 10, Rosen. Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson. His second touchdown of the game, his third of the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball and said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Washington on third down.
They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to have the Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Uses the stiff arm. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. 2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want to run it hit as I hand the ball off to
sword, I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers, or a quick slant or something like that.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Robinson up the middle. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to solve this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated, and by the time they had the football, that was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to go.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick.
This is caught inside the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's Rosen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Throwing now is Rosen. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Well, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. But, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.